Welcome, my friends, to a brand new collectible card game, ScreenPlay, available right now on Steam in early access. This game is free to play and it's super exciting with a very unique blend of card game mechanics. We're diving right in here and we're going to kind of explain how things play out as we go. I believe this is a battle against a bot that I found on the ranked ladder, so we'll be able to take our time and chew our way through the different mechanics. First off here, we have simultaneous turn planning, similar to, say, the hit Marvel Snap, which immediately got my attention because I love that idea that it's always your turn, and then the predictive elements of trying to figure out what your opponent is going to do and how to counter them while you're both planning things simultaneously, I find incredibly fun. We also have mechanic of unique win conditions. So I was going to say how we win. We win. This is all set up around cinema theme for the flavor of the cards. We have our director here, which is like our player character, and then we have our lead characters, which are our leader cards, and then we have the supporting cast, which is the rest of our card deck. We win by completing the story arcs for 2 of our lead characters, and each character has different win conditions, which makes it very fun to try and figure out how you want to build your deck and what combinations of characters you want to use. Every single card that we play takes a certain amount of action points to play down, and every single turn you have 5 frames, which is how many action points you have to be able to play cards or take actions. So, we have our lead character here, who is Calamitous Severus. And we've been building up his set of supporting characters. Calamitous Severus begins gaining victory points just when we play other characters down to the board. So he is great for us to be able to open up with because we naturally want to start fleshing out our cast, our board of cards, and then we can get into our next supporting characters. We actually have a character here, Queen Pin, that scores victory points when any character dies, ours or our opponent's. So our goal, general game plan for this deck is to load the board with characters, score a lot of points on Calamitous, and then switch over to Queen Pin, who is going to be able to score on destructions. We can only have one main character on the board at a time, so we have to be able to balance things out here. We're going to play the Merciless Quester here. It's going to force our opponent to discard. He's just a little piddly guy. And now we're going to talk a little bit about the different card effects and their abilities. This guy right here is taunting. So he only taunts for the first attack that an opponent throws. Cards are able to do combat. You have health in red, damage over here in blue. And we have a couple other actions that characters are able to take. One of the main ones being performing. Perform for the camera. So when a character performs, they're able to generate a victory point, which then is attributed to your current main character. So that's a way that you can always advance their character arcs or get them to score, regardless of their unique condition to gain effectively bonus victory points here. This little guy's been amazing. He attacks the leftmost card for only 1 frame. Normally an attack will cost 2, and he does it as a quick attack, so it's basically free in the... What the heck did we got a cow from the alien? Hey, and it attacks?
You hit me from below!
No way. Tractor Beam Surfer. Swift attacks a pre-selected enemy, but then at the end of his scene... Okay, every turn is called a scene here, and then you have different frames. This guy's key performer, so he's going to be able to level up by taking that perform action himself. This card, when it performs, actually destroys itself, but then generates extra victory points for whatever character we have. There we go. Get beamed away, cow. Amazing. One of the reasons that I wanted to use that guy's performance ability, what was he, what were they calling him? The Guru, is because he is so easy to play. He only costs 1 action point to play down. And we have Talent Resurrector here. I've kind of built my deck around being able to play a lot of really cheap guys because I like summoning a lot of them and then allowing a lot of them to die to synergize with our lead characters. So we're going to play Talent Resurrector. He is then going to be able to summon a 1-cost guy from the deck for free. And then we're going to go ahead and actually undo this. Order is important. We have the druid here who would be able to heal a friend. We're going to heal our taunting friend, even though Calamitous' health is looking a little low. And then we're going to play the Talent Resurrector to be able to get the Guru back so we could potentially perform with him again and generate a lot of extra victory points. So we kind of have a rock, paper, scissors of what cards are able to do. You've seen the attack, though I don't think I've thrown a formal attack. We've been throwing the free attacks out of the Brawling Broccoli. We have performed, which is our way to generate points. So if we throw an attack, it costs 2 actions, and then it's just you deal your damage to the opponent. They don't get to deal damage back, so it's very free. You're just able to do damage to them, which is amazing to be able to whittle down their board. Very powerful, but has a couple restrictions. After you launch an attack, that card is locked for 2 turns. And it's not able to take... Here we go. There's another action. You're able to take the dodge. Oof. Oh, any counter attack. Oh, that was because of a special card. Okay, we'll break that down in a second. After you throw a formal attack, your card is locked for 2 turns. It can't do any actions. So you're unable to use it for performing or dodging yourself, and you cannot throw another attack. You're also a... This guy's got main character energy. He's got way more voice lines than anybody else. You're a sitting duck if your opponent wants to go after you after you've thrown an attack and then you're locked. So this is our Talent Recruiter. We'll go for bringing that Guru back. Yeah. The Talent Recruiter is only able to bring back the 1 costs. So here's our only option. We'll get him back in here. And we have finished leveling up Calamus. Now that he has finished leveling up, we just have to level up so we get our little victory progress here. The opponent would appear on this side. If we get 1 more, we will be victorious. So time for us to switch over to Queenpin. And then look at getting as many cards destroyed as possible. I wonder if we want to go after... We could go for Killing Jaw Z. I kind of like that. As you advance into Act 2, so in the beginning of the game you get these 5 action points, but then once one player has completed the story arc for their first main character, you then hit Act 2 and both players are given 6 frames, so 6 action points to be able to spend. So we're going to throw the attack here and get to show that off because we have enough time here to play her. And she's going to score bonus points based on cards dying. So if we're able to kill him, we'll get the bonus points. We'll definitely want him to perform just because he will die, give an extra point, the point for performing. So his synergy with Queenpin is absolutely incredible. We even have cards that we could then do damage to our own line. If that could be the final burst to get Queenpin to win. So it's a really fun little deck synergy that feels kind of unique. I'm just crafting with a lot of the early level cards here. And we haven't really broken down what dodging does. We'll go ahead and roll the turn here and I'll talk about dodging. You can set a character to dodge, which then if an opponent would attack it, if you're able to predict the card and the time frame in the turn. Oh, he's leveled. Okay, so he's gonna... Now it's just a race to who can level up their next character to be able to win. But if you time your dodge at the same time that the card would be attacked, you're able to take no damage, and then the opponent's card is locked. So it's pretty powerful to be able to keep your cards in play. You have a couple other card interactions. Like if a card is planning on taking an action, but then they get attacked prior to that action finishing. So you kind of have the frames overlapping. This guy here is going to attack. If the opponent attacked him in this first frame when he's getting ready to attack, he would be disrupted and would not be able to take his action. He would then get locked, I believe. Also, if you plan a dodge, anticipating an attack, but then the opponent chooses to perform instead, the dodging card is the one that is stunned. They can't believe that this has happened, and so they get a little disadvantage there. So there's some fun interplay of trying to predict what your opponent is going to do and then throwing some bluffs and different ideas. So I like how that all comes together. Here we knock out this card. It's not super effective because he's already finished his story arc. He has scored. If we are able to knock him out prior to him finishing, getting all 9 victory points, the opponent would have to summon him back to the board later to be able to finish that quest. And he has a short cooldown before he can be summoned again. So here the opponent's going to have to choose who they want to bring in. Ronald McDoom, which is a Trump parody, as cringy as that is, and Roast Comic Frog. We'll see what side they want to go with and then how best we can try and thwart their plans. You, what do? Ace of the stage, can't perform and can't attack. Well, the left neighbor lands and attack. This swift attacks the same target. So you're kind of a force multiplier there for having a strong, aggressive battle line. Let's get you out of the game. And then, let's throw the performance over to this side. And then, let's get... let's summon 2 little guys here. We get 1 card draw every turn. Card draw seems to be pretty rare in this game. You do have cards that are just action cards, and you have cards, I believe this is one of them, that are very rare. They're called crew cards. I guess this might not be a crew card, but they generally have restrictions on not being able to take all of the actions, but they give powerful passive effects, like this one, being able to get free attacks if his neighbors are attacking. We'll roll this turn and see where things end up. Boom. Board clear, keeping things under control. Queen pin's looking fantastic. Oh, what? What do you do? The Grimby Hugger transforms a pre-selected non-lead character into a 1/1 loony lettuce. You took away, you turned my recruiter, my owl man in a suit, into a loony lettuce. Well, thank you, I guess. There's some wild card design. It feels like they've fully embraced parody movies and like B movies for their genre. I'm here for it though. We're going to go with the Final Tide Sharkuza. When another friendly non-lead character performs, destroy it and gain an additional victory point. So we're going to play you, and then we're going to tell, this guy to perform the Doomed Augur, because when he dies, he will generate a victory point. So when he performs, he generates a victory point. Because he dies, he will perform and generate a victory point. Then the Sharkuza will kill him, generate another victory point. Then, because he died, he will generate another victory point. And then, because anytime a card is destroyed, she generates another free victory point. This will put us far and away into the victory. We'll just skip this final frame because we have nothing to do and lock in the dub. Ooh, some more cards hit the board. They do potentially, there are some cards that will steal stars away from your cards. Here we also see if you are generating stars without a lead character on the board, then your director simply holds them for when the next lead character is played. All of those free stars will go over to them. Here we go. Hit the combo. Pop. Kill it. Pop. Because he's dead, he generates 1. Pop. It's so powerful. It's so powerful if you get them off. So you get some games that end up being a race that are not super interactive. You're just trying to rush through scoring all your cards, and you let the opponent score theirs and you're just scoring yours as fast as you can. Then you get some that's just a beatdown where you're going right after their main characters to kill them, keep them off the board, which will keep them from being able to score points, and it's a slugfest with everybody just batting the other one down. But because a lot of them have these, like, you get free points just for playing cards, you get free points just for cards dying, you're ultimately going to have a pretty sharp timer on the games. Let's roll into another one and see a different deck. I'll still play the same one, but then we'll look for a different opponent here. I think we just roll with the exact same opener, play down Calamitous, and then get a number of our super cheap cards into play. The Guru did great work for us before. Doomed Augur, these are the guys who, when they die, they just generate us free victory points. It's interesting because the enemy will happily just avoid them. You can have your board explode out of control, but both players are only given 5 frames to be able to use every single turn, which means that even if you have a large board, you're still only able to take the same number of actions every turn as your opponent. So while you have more options, you don't necessarily just automatically overwhelm your opponent, which I do find as a nice balance. And here we do see some of like the board wipe control cards to be able to bring things back into balance if the board starts running away from you. We've got the 1-800 airstrike, deal 2 damage to each character, which is feeling like we might want to use here. It'll wipe our board, but these guys honestly want to die. And then getting some pain down, we can take out their leader card because he's only sitting with 1 health. His hook is that he's going to make the other cards taunt for him. So the first attack every turn is blocked by them. I suppose we could get around it a little bit if we wanted to throw an attack here and then get one of these guys to make... Oh no, do you have to attack? Why should you should not attack here. Am I misunderstanding how this works? Provoke. Characters with provoked must be chosen once as attack targets before other characters are chosen in the same scene. I guess he is completely covered here. Alright, interesting. Well, I'm going to use the airstrike then. And just get him off the board and score the extra points from our doomed augurs. It means I don't get to actually perform with you, which would be great, but I want to get this under control before he scores a lot of points and gets ahead of us. So we'll skip, roll it. I also would have loved having Queenpin down on the board, but it is what it is. And we'll still be able to get a lot of free stars out of the doomed augurs, which is good. One other nuance of the interactions here that I don't think I covered is that if a character is performing and they are attacked during their performance, that performance is interrupted, but it's the opponent will actually steal the star that would be generated. I think I talked about actions being able to be disrupted, but not the double whammy on a performance that then the victory point is actually flipped on different sides. Alright, pow, 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 pow. Get him out of here. I don't even want to see him. And we should get our victory points rolling over. We get a free victory point to play down. And a fresh board to play with. Interesting. Where do we want to go with this? Do we want to go ahead and play down Queenpin? Or do we choose instead to go with Master Sun Menching? When a friendly character successfully dodges or performs, gain a star. These guys are like good fighters, so I feel like we might still go Queenpin, even though this would be a new character to get to show off. I just feel like we're gonna end up getting more mileage out of these guys. There we go. We'll just try and reset our board here. Take a little pause here. See what our opponent looks to develop. There we go. We get the free star from before. Dino Power. Rex. Unstoppable. Your characters have unstoppable, which means if an enemy would deal a counter hit to this card, it becomes a normal attack instead. I don't think I have anything that counterattacks, so I don't have to worry about that. But when a friendly character lands an attack, gain a star. So this guy's going to generate stars just from throwing attacks. We will generate stars from cards dying. Let's see who gains the avantage. Video Vixen. When you have the Spotlight, this has +5 attack. The Spotlight mechanic is basically the tiebreaker of the simultaneous turns. It shows with a little glowing light around your avatar. So even though everything is resolving simultaneously, there has to be a tiebreaker. So right now they have it, and then it'll flip every single turn. So you know when you're going to capture that Spotlight. Do I want to just attack you, maybe, and get you off the board? What do you do again? Let's check here. Scene end. If you gained a star this scene, while this was on set, this unfreezes, so he's able to throw a lot of attacks without ever being frozen. Yeah, that's pretty dangerous. Sun-gazing pacifist. Gives a shield for a single turn. I will just choose to kill you. And then we're playing the Video Vixen, right? Yeah. So hopefully Queenpin survives. No. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. You play Big Dinosaur, you get to use Big Dinosaur. What lead character do we want to go to next? I mean, we built up some points already on Calamus. Let's Let's go back to him, I think. Even though it feels like the board's getting a little bit out of our hands. Ooh. Okay, so we get the kill. That unfortunately will not generate any points for us now because our lead character was taken off the board. And we're gonna have to figure out something to deal with this guy. Big baddie over here. Which, perfect timing. Video Vixen is ready to go. I'm gonna have her throw the attack immediately. We have Spotlight. I don't think there's any way this could even get interrupted. And then we're gonna put Severus back on the board just so that we can start scoring for at least one of our characters. But yeah, 6/6. Obviously, I mean, she becomes a 1/6 on the off turns. This is what we needed. We can clear their lead character in a single move. Got him. That's huge for us. I wonder if they're going to try and focus on just these two characters, or if they're actually going to split and open up Pirate Bloodbeard. When another friendly character lands an attack, it steals enemy stars as bounty. Kill 2 enemy characters in one scene and gain gain 3 stars and draw a card. That seems like a fun one to be able to use. So there's a number of different lead cards that you're able to gain access to, and they actually dictate how you build your deck. They each represent a different faction within the game, and so you can build your deck out of the factions that you have represented in your lead characters. Mix and match as you please. It's always quite fun. Let's see. The airstrike honestly would be nice to wipe these cards, but we want to hold this for when we're playing Queen Pin. So, hang on. Do I have a freebie? Let's check the graveyard. Oh, yes, we do. Oh, yes, we do. Perfect. Talent Resurrector, I need you. I want you. I need you. And then, you know what? Yeah, we'll play him first. And then we are going to throw this attack. I'm just thinking if the opponent, because they have the spotlight, if they throw an attack here, their attack would go through first. Though I imagine they're just going to attack Calamitous. So I'd like to get this card played before he dies, basically. They're just going to attack with the little guy. The bots are largely competent, but not always the best. And unfortunately, playing in the ranked ladder, you're going to play a lot of bots until you get to some of the higher tiers. Whereas the community is still pretty young here in early access. We're trying to see where the game is going to go. I think its gameplay features are interesting enough that it definitely deserves a look. Sungazinger. I could take your Pengoon. Oh. When it enters, it swift attacks a pre-selected enemy. I mean, these guys will generate more victory points for me, but the free attack... Hang on. Is that going to be able to actually... Oh, could I pre-attack you even though there's taunts? Let's try. Let's try. I accept. You enter. And then we score because a character entered. Oh, but you don't get to attack? Because you were... Because of the nuance of the Resurrector and not because you were summoned and I didn't play you, you didn't enter? Okay. I mean, I guess that's fair.
Acta est fabula.
Some of the cards have a ton of voice lines and some don't have any. I don't know if they're going to ultimately develop it to where every card is as beloved as their few standout cards. Or if there's just going to kind of remain some guys that are like main characters. It's interesting because actually the cards with the most voice lines often are not the quote-unquote main characters. Like Severus here doesn't have any lines. You don't have any lines. But then that Rapper Fish had a ton of lines. So still early access. Game's growing. Man, how do I get to you? I get to you through the airstrike. So what we should do is play a ton of cards, score you, get over to Queen Pin, and then wipe the board, right? Fight Clubber, you have a taunt. I need that badly. Then Merciless Quester, you're going to make them discard. I need that. We're done. Game plan is direct. We'll make it happen. What the heck? Penguin in a Hawaiian shirt. There's so many different varieties of penguins. Pengun PI. Pegnum PI? Okay. This has attack equal to the total number of gangster characters and crew on set. And with a bunch of gangsters, he's looking pretty fierce. He's looking pretty fierce. Gonna make you sleep with the fishes. No, I needed one more. Okay, you've asked for this. We were having a nice, fun game, just playing cards, having a good time. And you now have ushered in the apocalypse. You thought your board was nice? Get out of here. Somebody perform for me. Do a little dance, penguin. Do a little dance. Everybody loves the dancing penguin. Throw a little wimpy attack. That's where the AI disappoints me sometimes. There's some blatant turn ordering mistakes. And it seems like it would have always been better if they just thrown the attack from this guy. It would have done more damage. Maybe you say that they're holding him to be unfrozen for when I summon my lead character on a future turn. But you're still gonna have to get through this taunter eventually. So good luck. Good luck. And get out of here. Boom. Yeah, make your attack. Kill somebody. I want them to die. Joke's on you. I want them to die. No, this is one of the guys who will steal our stars. So he gives a star to him for being played. Then he takes 3 of our stars. And he's a 3/3. If we kill him, we'll get the stars back. Are we still able to score Queen Pin here? How many deaths are there? Oh my gosh. Everything is wiped. 1-800 airstrike. That's not even a valid phone number in the US of A. Okay, pop. Pop. We keep generating the stars out of the dead cards. Oh my gosh. One more. Please, one. No. Oh, one more. That's all I asked. Okay, we gotta throw this attack just to get the stars back. Because I believe there are some ways that they could, like, remove that card from the board where I will not get the stars back. And I ideally do. I'll go Talent Resurrector after this, just to play something. Hang on. You are attacking. I do not have the spotlight. If you threw the attack this way, that I would immediately die, but I think that you might attack here. Ooh, hang on. We gotta get clever with it, my friends. You are going to dodge, because this guy is going to want to attack. Then, you will attack. And on the next turn, I will have so many stars that I can play you and guarantee a victory. That's my call. I'm sticking to it. It didn't happen. They just played the T-Rex. I think that's fine for us. Because you die. I get 3 stars. It's really just like a delay tactic if you don't have a way to then get those stars out of the game. But I think there are some card effects that would allow you to do it. Yeah, we get the 2 free stars. And it's over, baby. So this is screenplay. Like I said, really fun combination of effects. You guys join in. You're gonna have to let me know how it goes, what kind of decks you like. If you want to see any more videos, let me know in the comments. If you like this kind of content, being able to explore the other collectible card games out there, drop a like. We'll make it happen. And I'll definitely be coming back with some new decks once we rank up a little bit and get some interesting human opponent matches. We'll see how Team Teddy does. Until next time, thank you guys for watching. See you in the next episode.